My name is Matt DeJohn, and I'm with Blackmagic Design. I'm part of the workflow team, but I'm also quite involved in the immersive side of things that we create at Blackmagic. So the Ursa Cine Immersive has been a really successful product for us. The customers have responded really well and been making some wonderful content. And then this year, what's new at NAB 2026 is that we've released the Ursa Cine Immersive 100G. And so that's specifically for broadcast. And we're enabling broadcast by our 100G connection, which allows high bandwidth transmission of the video signal to our 100G infrastructure for switching and distribution and recording. Ironically, those camera can actually shoot at a higher bit rate than even 100G. So internally, we swap out the media module for our live processing module that will process the image to ProRes and then stream that to all the rest of our 100G equipment. So the hope for this camera and the whole 100G ecosystem is to really enable immersive live production. So whether that's music concerts, plays, sports, it brings that live component to headsets like the Apple Vision Pro. And then I think personally that's really kind of an essential thing because you want to come back and you want to see new content all the time, and what's better than sports? Not only that, you get kind of the best seat in the house to watch those sports. I've just been supporting customers on their shoots, so from a wide range of things, from aerial shoots, helping customers get the camera rigged up inside of the gimbal mounts that they need for helicopters and planes. That's been really interesting. To supporting customers that are doing sports shoots or narrative or documentaries. It's been kind of all across the gamut. Basically, any type of media, we've seen people use the camera in the ecosystem for. And so that's been really great to watch, see what these filmmakers are doing in this medium. So the filmmakers and broadcasters, they're really getting their heads around how to use this camera, and how to use it best and make sure the viewer is able to watch their content comfortably. So a lot of times you set the camera up in kind of the prime position and you just let it record the scene, and your audience is the one that's going to look around. And so filmmakers are really recognizing that and basically following some of those ideas about what this medium is good for. You can still move the camera, and they are doing so, but they're doing it in a very measured way so that the viewers got some really comfortable experience when they're watching that content. So that's kind of been essential learnings that the filmmakers have been doing. One thing we've done to really make it easier for filmmakers to understand what they're shooting and what it's going to look like in the headset is that you can actually connect this camera to DaVinci Resolve directly over the 10G Ethernet port and do a live preview of that previously recorded clip right in the headset. And that's been essential to get your camera operators, your director, and your DP kind of up to speed on what the shot's going to look like in the headset. Because as you look at these circular fisheye images, it's not quite the same as what it would feel like in the headset. So that's kind of an essential component to the whole workflow. At the moment, basically the way you're doing that is you would roll a short take, and you can load that directly into Resolve without pulling the media module out of the camera and stream from Resolve to the headset. So it's basically, yeah, you're reviewing playback of your last shot essentially. And that's been kind of the workflow that filmmakers have been using to make sure that their framing, their camera height is what they want it to be. Yeah, so in DaVinci Resolve 21, we've introduced a couple new features for the Apple Immersive Video workflow. One of those is foveation. And so basically what that does is it remaps this lens space image to a different pattern, so you can get a higher pixel density where you need it. So the center of your frame may be left at that current high resolution, but the edges of the frame may be squeezed a bit so it can fit into a lower resolution render. Effectively, what that gives you is a higher quality image in the headset where you need it most. And so there's going to be a variety of different patterns that you can use, maybe center focused, maybe horizon focused in terms of where that pixel density is. And I think in the current beta, it is a fixed foveation for the whole timeline, but you'll be able to define that on a clip-by-clip basis as well. So that gives the filmmaker a lot of control about how they're going to use their pixel density real estate, if you will. The fall off for this foveation is really nice. It's kind of a smooth fall off, and you do want to tailor it for the image and where the viewer is going to be looking, because you don't want to reduce the resolution of the area they might be looking, depending on what's happening in the shot. So at kind of a default, you can leave it unfoveated, or then you can choose what your foveation would be for that particular shot. I think kind of the key there is this camera can shoot a higher resolution than the Vision Pro can currently play back, and so that's why we're doing this foveation, so we can get the best use of the resolution that we're providing straight to the user's eyes. Not only that, another big feature is we've integrated the main concept encoder, which is going to bring multi-view HEVC encoding at a higher level for everybody's preview files and their final delivery files. So that's kind of an essential component that's going to get those renders we've all been doing to the quality that Apple has been doing for some time on their platform. So now that technology is available to the user through Resolve 21. We have also introduced with Resolve 21 a standard immersive workflow. So different from the Apple immersive workflow that's targeting the Apple Vision Pro at 90 frames a second, delivering in lens space, the standard immersive workflow will handle other frame rates, whether that's 60 frames a second or different frame rates, and it also maps to VR 180, so that is the half rectangular side-by-side format or multi-view. And so basically what this means is that the Ursa Cine immersive footage can be used for delivering to those types of headsets, and you can also integrate footage from, let's say, archival or older camera systems or crash cameras that maybe have been already mapped to VR 180. And so you can mix and match those formats with your standard immersive workflow in DaVinci Resolve 21. I think as we're showing our customers, we're continuing to develop these products in DaVinci Resolve and the ecosystem behind the entire immersive workflow, whether that's filmmaking, documentary, or broadcast. So we're really excited to see what our customers are going to do with these products.